Yeah,
Too
that's
late.
good. Oh, we're live?
Live now. So the funny thing is, even our the streamed version of that, if you add those numbers to our numbers, it's.
I know. Yeah, I was doing the math. I'm right there with you.
I just saw there was a comment on one of our videos that they emailed us a video link. I didn't check our email.
I didn't see that video. Like I looked for it. I was like, what?
Was it in could it have been in the spam? I'm catching so much stuff in spam. I definitely want to talk about that in the podcast.
Damn. What?
I do want to talk about that in the
Yeah.
podcast for sure.
Oh man.
Yeah, let me go ahead real quick and send this to my Discord. I'll go to sleep. I'll check it tomorrow.
Quickly open up chat and avoid trying to get it in the mix.
I'm all types of hungry now. Boop doop boop.
Hey, I did it.
Hey, there's Tish. Hey, Tish. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for coming through. Yeah, for a small channel, we're I don't know what happened to that the video before with 200 views. I'm like, what? What happened? I need to look into the analytics and figure out why that happened.
So did you find the what was it? Did you get it the custom URL?
We did, yes. Got it the same day.
Nice.
We got it, so we can actually say it's /Gadgetcast.
/Gadgetcast.
And it works.
Hello.
Loves it. Hey, Lori, how are you? Why Tish, why are you lightheaded?
Uh-oh.
Females repping in the chat today. That's right. Cool. Love to see it. Been painting. I've been sealing, painting, and I can resin. Then gotta love spray paint. Ooh. Yeah, I'm saying. So we're gonna start here in a minute or two. Greg is just doing some final shenanigans. Then we'll get going.
Oh yeah.
So the guy emailed something, but maybe it didn't. We just never got it.
Yeah, we need to check those spam filters apparently.
Well, so we can talk about that on the thing that they can email us and that we didn't. We saw someone left a comment and blah blah blah, all that stuff.
I'm gonna try and remember everything.
Well, we'll just do that right up front. That way we won't forget, and then we can go right into the other stuff.
Ooh, let me just make sure I have multi-track because I've been having to switch out of that for my new setup with my fancy microphone, which I think does sound a lot.
You need a pop filter, man. You were popping in the last episode.
Oh, I was.
Yeah, a little bit. Not terribly.
I gotta get something.
Yeah, they're only like $10. The one that I have, the one that's made by Rode, is sold out again. You can't order it. Not that it matters. It's just a fucking piece of foam. Come on.
I got the shock mount, Travis. I finally.
That's the stuff right. Did you got the right one?
Yeah, I got the one the PSA one. I refuse to get.
Was it back ordered and then all of a sudden it was there and you ordered it or what?
Yep, exactly.
refresh.
Well, I'm
it's nice, but it doesn't all the way thread on my boom arm, so I have to get a different boom arm.
It doesn't thread on my stand all the way either, which I also.
Oh, interesting. So maybe we got the wrong one. We should have gotten the knockoff.
Maybe it's not good. I should have listened to you. You're like, get any cheap one will do. And I'm like, no.
I told you that. I said you don't need.
I want the official one. I want all Rode. It all has to work together.
Well, if that's the case, then you need the Rode boom arm, and maybe that's what I should get.
That's what I'm getting now. Because
that's what you're getting now. That's probably what I'll do because
around anymore. Apparently.
It'll probably fit. Now I like this boom arm, so I don't know that I need to get rid of it. But the other one is they had a downgraded Pro, but still scheduled.
Did you see the Verge's 100 lists, like the gadgets of the decade?
No. Hey Zach, good to see you.
Hey Zach.
Skip to 4. Did I see that? Why don't we talk about that on the podcast? Why don't we get going?
Yeah, should do that.
Yeah, let's get that going.
All right. How do we do this?
Oh yeah. Oh no, my headphones say battery low. How is that possible? They've been charging the whole time.
See?
They're probably going to die in the middle of this. And the problem is I can't record. Hold on. Hold on.
You gotta fix it.
Unbelievable. Hold on.
Travis is
Shenanigans.
true pro. He has 2 pairs of headphones ready to go. Look at that.
Renee in the house? Hold on. I still can't hear yet. Please battery work. Please battery work. Bruh. Bro. Are you serious right now?
Look at this.
Hold on. Unbelievable. 90-hour battery life and they're dead.
Look at Travis. He's so unprepared. You see what I have to deal with every week, guys? Look at him. He had 2 pairs of headphones. They both weren't charged. I'm sitting here with the trusty old wire. Come on. It's not fair. I'm all professional. He's not even there. He's just an empty green screen. Can't believe this. Yeah, Zach. I think I'm gonna have to replace Travis. I might have to have you in instead. Zach would never have headphones that lost their battery. He would always have them 100% charged, and I bet he'd have a wire.
All right, hold on. I've got to pair these to my computer before I can hear you. And the come on, brother. Son of a biscuit. Bruh. Okay, all right, hold on. Now let me find it. Bluetooth. Okay. And then I want to pair it to Unreal, this freaking Dolby headphones. $600 piece of garbage. All right, hold on. Audio. Oh, wait. Add another Bluetooth device. Bluetooth. Unknown device. TiVo Lite. Nope. Soundcore. Connecting. Boom. Now, let me change my audio over here. Audio here. Testing. Okay, now I should be able to hear you.
Hello.
I can't hear you. Why can't I hear you?
No.
What is happening? I even tested the audio and it works. Hold on. Okay, now say something.
Hello.
Wait, come on. Now are you trolling me now? Are you
I'm
muted?
not trolling. Everyone can
You've
hear
got to
me,
be
right?
muted because I can hear the test. When I
No.
hit test on the sample thing in StreamYard, it says I can hear the music. Are you sure you are playing music?
Can the chat hear me?
I can't hear you. This is frustrating. Hold on. This is terrible. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to turn these off and then I'm going to turn them back on. Turn these off.
Yeah, Renee's right.
Okay,
this is more entertaining than the actual podcast. This should just be the this should just be the podcast.
Okay. Okay, hold on. All right, let me see now. I'm going to hit this. Hit my audio. Testing says it works. All right, I know I'm going to do. I'm going to bop out. I'm going to leave and I'll come back.
Wow. See that?
Okay, now maybe. Hello? No, let me quit all. Okay, now can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes.
I also found a pop filter in the time it
nice. Perfectly done. Okay, here we go. Now we can start the darn podcast. That's great. Only 10 minutes into this damn thing, we actually can start it.
It's more entertaining than the actual podcast.
Unbelievable.
This is a big pop filter.
All right. Let's do this. Ridiculous. All right. I'm on mute. All right. Go ahead and do the thing.
Okay. So
Oh wait, we both have to hit record. See,
record.
almost messed up. Okay, here we go. Hit record in 3, 2, 1. Record.
Hello, world, and welcome to another exciting episode of Gadgetcast. My name is Gregory McFadden, joined by my host with all the technical difficulties in the world, Travis MCP.
So here's the thing, like people on the podcast, of which there's a lot of you apparently, as we found out about last episode, you're missing out on all the shenanigans because now we are live on YouTube and you got to see how the sausage is made for the last 10 minutes. So everyone on the podcast is hearing this crispy, clean audio that sounds perfect. Everything sounds great. Everyone in the YouTube chat right now is looking at us like we don't know what we're doing. Which is probably
literally like 10 minutes of Travis trying to figure out like headphones. Like he had headphones that have a battery, you know. I think maybe a wire might have been better.
Look.
Yes, he had a backup pair of headphones though, which was admirable. You know, he was ready for the technical difficulty, but they weren't charged as well. So
look, I need to explain something to you, and I'm gonna be nice about this. It's not my fault. Is really how I want to say that. But the good news is, since our last episode, which, first of all, congratulations to us, is not only the most listened to podcast episode in Gadgetcast history, but the fastest most listened to episode in Gadgetcast history by a lot, and it's still going. And when we did that, we actually got over our necessary 100 subscribers on YouTube. So now we have our own URL. So you now can go to youtube.com/Gadgetcast and find us, which is amazing.
Yeah, like I'm still blown away by all like the listens we have from the last episode, which is now our highest listened to episode, like Travis said, in just 3 days, less than 3 days. It is now the most listened to Gadgetcast show. Travis and I behind the scenes just like, are you seeing this? Is this right?
Yeah.
It's like,
that's crazy.
Yeah. So like, you know, we have like the YouTube channel, the live stream, which is new, but most of our listens actually come from like podcast listeners, like Apple Podcasts, all that stuff.
By far.
Yeah, by far. So yeah, we're just like blown away by the response. Thank you so much for listening. If you are a new listener, maybe we picked up a few there. I guess we must have. We have more listens. Yeah. So if you are a new listener, I would remind you, please, if you are listening on Apple Podcasts, please leave us a review there because it does help with recommendations and helping other people find this awesome podcast.
That's right.
Definitely do that. Travis.
Yes.
We got an interesting show today because there's more drama. Not case drama. Maybe a computer case. Mac Pro.
Yeah. You ordered one, huh?
I did not.
Oh,
I did not order one. I made a video saying I'm not ordering one actually, and I just put it out. So, how's that?
Well, considering you must have clickbaited everyone in the last episode. I'm pretty sure you said you were going to order one. You were going to put it together, and
I was going to order one live on the show. I promised them. So all those listeners,
you lied.
You know, I guess I have to order one live on the show. So let me go to apple.com.
Okay.
Let's look at this thing. So
hey,
Mac
you want to
Pro,
share your screen? You can share your screen. I can put it. Oh, okay. I don't want to tell shenanigans.
So Mac Pro obviously is Apple's biggest, most powerful desktop line of computers. It's an interesting history with the Mac Pro because, you know, Apple used to make like desktop towers. They had the Mac Pro, they had the Mac Mini. In 2013, they did a big redesign of their desktop lineup, and they made this small little Pro tower. And at the time, it was an interesting computer. I remember when it was like announced, and it was like, wow, you could fit that much power into something so small. The problem was there was kind of no path to really upgrade it. They even admit it, like, you know, Apple admitting fault is pretty rare. And they said they designed themselves into a thermal corner. They really didn't know how to upgrade it. There were some technologies that they couldn't really put together with dual GPUs and stuff like that. So since 2013, there hasn't been a refresh to the Mac Pro desktop line, up until the other day. And now all of a sudden in 2019, there's this big, powerful Mac Pro. And actually, it's alienating a lot of Mac users who might consider themselves pro because it starts at $6,000. And even for that $6,000 configuration, it really is like a really bad value. It's not what you would want. Like I said in my video, you'd probably be way better off buying an iMac Pro for $1,000 less. You're getting things like a terabyte of storage, where if you buy the base Mac Pro, you're only getting 256 gigabytes of storage. Like, that's pretty crazy. You're getting a better graphics card in the iMac Pro. The processor is like a little bit weaker, but it's still an 8-core processor, and you're still getting 32 gigabytes of RAM. And on top of that, there's like a beautiful 5K display all in that machine, and it's $1,000 less. So it's a much better value. But if you actually like went ahead and configured this Mac Pro all the way up, you got a 28-core processor, 1.5 terabytes of RAM, Travis. 1.5 terabytes of RAM.
That's a lot.
2 Radeon Pro Vega 2 Duo graphics cards, both with 32 gigabytes of video memory. You could get 4 terabytes of storage, 8 terabytes coming soon, apparently. An Apple Afterburner card, which is new. And, of course, wheels. Can't forget the wheels. And that comes out to a whopping $52,599 US dollars.
Before tax, right?
Before tax.
Now, depending on where you live, that could be another 10%, which is another $6,000.
I don't even want to talk about
the
tax.
So here's the thing, and no one's talking about the tax, which I think is really funny, because you not get, unless you live in one of the 2 states in America that doesn't charge it, you paying another $5,000 for tax.
I'm driving down to Delaware to get my Mac Pro.
You might want to be honest. Yeah. So here's the thing. Like, first of all, the Mac Pro is for specific people. What's up, Tech for Your Needs? And Trenton has something for you, Greg. The thing about the Mac Pro is it really is like finally a pro machine. That's when it says Mac Pro, they mean like pro, but they should call it like the super duper pro or something, like the ridiculous pro, the Hollywood edition, or the you can't afford this edition. If you have to look at the price, you can't afford it edition. I mean, whatever you want to call it, at the end of the day, it is very likely for none of the people listening to this podcast. And that's okay. There is a niche for it. Apparently, it's incredibly powerful. I will take Jonathan Morrison's word on that, as he is definitely a proponent of it. But it is interesting that you can configure something that seems, and maybe that's really the video right there, is the base versus that kind of nicely put together other Mac Pro that you were talking about. That's right. A video. Now, who can afford to do that video? I don't know, but that's a video I would watch, even though I have no interest in either one of those.
Yeah, you know, and it's really interesting because almost everyone I see ordering these machines in our little bubble, I don't know anyone who's like, yeah, I'm getting the $6,000 model. Everyone's at least spending like $10,000 upgrading the configurations, which makes a lot of sense because even though this is a more upgradable Mac, I don't believe you can upgrade things like the CPU, or if you can, it's not easy. And
I think we talked about this when we talked about the Tesla truck. Whenever any device or any product, especially cars, come out and they say starting at, that's the one you don't want.
Right.
Universally, it's the one you don't want. There's almost never a time. Let me get that Testarossa, that $50,000 Testarossa. No, you don't. That thing's got the engine of a Volkswagen Rabbit, if you even know what that is. It's just one of those things where the starting at price is to get people to talk about it like they can afford it, and then they realize they don't want none of that. You don't want that car with no air conditioning when you live in Arizona. You don't want that. And you don't want this low-end Mac Pro. You don't. So it is funny that those low-end kind of configurations exist, because I wonder how many people are actually buying them. But again, I am still really interested in a slightly better spec'd out Mac versus that one, and see how much of the performance is there. Is it most of the performance? Is it some of the performance? Or is it even at the base model, that thing still destroys it? Like, that's what I want to know. Just as a tech head, I'm not going to buy either one, but just as a tech head, someone who's putting down car money, that is car money. That is multiple months of mortgage money. So I assume that the people who are doing that are going to make money with it. Like, that's the only purpose you would do that.
Yeah. And
so,
yeah, that's to drive my point home. I made a video talking about why I'm not buying one, and I thought I owed it to my audience because I basically cover almost every Mac that's released. So I'm like, okay, this you don't expect to see any coverage on my channel. And the point I got to is, even if I did buy this model, I don't even think what I do, I can't utilize 100% of that machine. Like, I don't even think I would see the benefits because I'm not editing 8K raw video or something like that. I'm not having like multiple streams of like raw footage coming in and doing all this stuff that you would need that Mac Pro for. So even if I got like a $10,000 configuration, it would just be wasted on me. And I don't even see how I, as like a reviewer, could accurately judge that. Like, I'm sure like Jonathan Morrison, MKBHD, of course they can judge it. They're the ones who this machine might be for. And even Jonathan in his video goes like, hey, this is beyond what I do.
Yeah.
I don't even need this thing. And it's like impressive. It helps out a lot, but realistically, I don't even need this thing. And
yeah, I think it's more for, I really believe it's like for television and movies.
Yeah. It's exactly. It's for people making like Pixar movies and stuff like that. It's for people editing the Avengers. You know, they how many hours of footage do they have? How many streams do they have to do? Right. And that's going to be like crazy. Like how that might help those people create something.
Yeah, and I don't care one way or another about it. Like, I made a joke on Twitter about it as if I cared, and I don't care at all. Like one way or the other. Like, to me, it's like it's a tool for specific people, and I'm totally cool with that. I'm not even going to make fun of people. I made fun because I wanted to use this one GIF. Like, legitimately, that's the only reason I even tweeted it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have said anything about it. Because to me, it's a little bit like being it's a little bit about being a vegetarian and hearing about the newest meat that came out. It's like, all right, like, you don't really care. Like, all right, you know, I'm not going to eat it, so who cares? So for me, it's an interesting curiosity. I'll be interested to see the videos made from it. Like, Jonathan's going to have some really cool stuff. I'll watch his stuff. I doubt that I'll watch anyone else kind of talking about it because my interest is barely even passing. But I would be interested in seeing like some other versions of the content. Like, how close can you get to the performance that you would need out of that thing, out of maybe 2 MacBook Airs or 2, like I don't know, taking 2 of something and making them into a version of it but cheaper. Like, how close can you come?
Just glue a bunch of MacBook Airs together. Be like,
I think so. Yeah.
100 MacBook Airs versus the MacBook.
yeah, exactly. I think it would be cool. Like, there's got to be a way to like parallel the processing power of the 2 or something. I don't know. Look, and BMac even says Premiere Pro doesn't even utilize all the hardware resources of his late 2015 maxed out. That's crazy.
There you go. Yeah.
You should be using Final Cut if you're on a Mac, though. That has a lot to do with that, I think.
Yeah, and again, this like the main point I wanted to get across before I lose it is there's people that are mad because I think there are Apple fans that want like a desktop computer rather than an all-in-one. And I guess it kind of stinks that there isn't really a product for them because this certainly isn't it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I guess a lot of enthusiasts who are like waiting for this product kind of just feel like left out. Like, oh, well, like, what am I supposed to buy? And,
well,
you know,
but wouldn't that be like the Macs and stuff that are out? Because those are pretty powerful.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Like the iMac Pro, Mac Mini, the latest MacBook Pro 16-inch, like they're all like really great computers right now. They're doing good. But there is this small segment and I guess like a vocal segment, like sometimes like small segments of the audience are really vocal that we're waiting for just an expandable Mac, just a desktop, Mac that they can upgrade themselves, throw whatever parts they want in it. And it looks like that product is just never coming back. And it makes sense because it's such a small like segment of the market now. Like it's never nice to hear that if that's who you are and you want those kinds of things and you don't want to use Windows, like, you know, if you love like Mac OS, you kind of don't have any options. You know, there's no one making like a $500 tower and then whatever you upgrade whatever parts you want into it. It seems like that's not coming back for Apple.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that tech for your needs of $6,000 MacBook Pro. We were kind of talking about that a little bit earlier, where it'd be interesting to match that up with the base model and see.
I think MKBHD had like a maxed out model, but he did like a comparison between like the MacBook Pro and the iMac Pro, and he was like rendering like 8K red footage, but I think it was like 20 minutes on the MacBook Pro. Almost 12 minutes on the iMac Pro, and then like the Mac Pro did it in like 4 minutes and 30 seconds. So
good Lord. Yeah. So Glitchy in the chat is talking about something that I've been considering for the better part of a year, thinking about trying a Mac Mini. So she has a Windows laptop and wants to try a Mac. And I've been wanting to try a Mac too now that I'm more and more into the Apple ecosystem. It would be nice to try like a Mac Mini or something like that, but I just haven't. I don't know that I need to make that leap. Like my Windows machine with my amazing monitors that I have here. By the way, for those of you on the podcast, I don't remember if I even mentioned this, but I got another monitor. I have two 4K monitors, one 1080p attached to this one computer. And the reason why I now have two 4K monitors and one 1080p is because before this week, I had one 4K, one 1080p, and one 900p, like an old small little monitor I had laying around, and I had it in the middle. And someone saw it in a picture and made fun of me, so I went out and bought another. This is the problem with me. I'm sometimes influenced too easily. I was shamed into buying it.
You got
buying a 4K
shamed
monitor.
and peer pressured into buying another monitor.
Yes, that literally happened. That actually happened.
That's not good.
I will not be shamed into a Mac Pro. I guarantee that.
You should have got the Pro Display XDR. That was the perfect part. He would never be able to shame you again if you bought that.
Bro, I couldn't even. You can't clean it, man. You have to use the cloth that it comes with. If you lose that thing, you got to order another one.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, that's the price you pay for the ultimate display. That's almost more interesting to me than the Mac Pro. Because taking Apple at their word that they're putting this technology into that display that like costs as much as like a $40,000 reference monitor. Oh, Trenton says I got to shame you into buying an iMac.
No, it's not going to happen.
It could happen. Could happen.
Never. Well, I don't know. I mean, like, it's actually not out of the realm of possibilities. Although I do have like some uses for Windows, not much, to be honest. Like, actually not much anymore. Yeah, I mean, listen, never say never. I didn't think I'd have an iPhone at the end of 2019, and here I am.
Listen, we're gonna take a trip to Jomo's, me and you. Okay, We're gonna spend like a week watching him edit in Final Cut. You're gonna be so inspired, you're just gonna run out and buy a Mac Pro. Yeah,
I mean, I saw it when I was there, and it looked cool. But I love editing on my iPad at this point, man. Like, it would be hard to get me. As a matter of fact, I need to ensure that you're going to CES, because I need you to bring that iPad, because I don't want to buy an iPad just for CES to edit my videos on.
Right.
That's not a joke. That's a legit. Like, I want you to bring your iPad so I can put LumaFusion on it, just so I can edit my videos, because I refuse to edit on like a laptop.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, I see. Hi, Scott. How you doing?
Hey,
so
Scott.
I just reminded me that someone in the comments of the last podcast, but on our YouTube channel, which is now youtube.com/Gadgetcast. So happy about that. Said that they emailed us a link to a video or something, but we couldn't find it. So feel free. The email for the channel is in the show notes and the description of this video below. Also, you can, if you're on the YouTube channel, you can subscribe to our audio version of the podcast with the crystal clean audio feed, because we're actually recording these separately, and then Greg puts them together and it sounds amazing. That's in the link of the video, and of course on the podcast you can see the link to the YouTube in case you want to be here live in the chat. We got a chat that's going right now and doing some big things.
Hey, Janosis, how's it going?
Janosis is here
in the chat. So you get all these shout outs if you're in the chat. You feel so special being the most listened to podcast.
I think we overtook Joe Rogan this past week. I think we finally did.
I think so. Yeah. I forget what his show's called.
I don't know.
So anyway,
it's irrelevant.
What are you talking about? Hey, that Pro Display.
Yes.
I didn't buy it. I was more interested in that, actually. If I was going to buy anything, I think I was going to buy the display. Even though I don't have a use for it. I just thought it looked cool.
How much was it?
Oh, that is just $5,000 without the stand. No stand, which is $1,000. Now I want everyone to hear me out. I did not buy a Mac Pro. I did not buy a Pro Display. Apple sells the stand separately, and I did buy that.
Okay.
Why
did you do that?
I bought the Apple stand.
Why did you do that?
Oh, you'll see.
You have content.
Secrets. There's secrets. Some NDAs I can't really get into about the Apple stand.
You're gonna put your iPad on there? Is that what you're gonna do?
The truth will come out eventually. The record will be straight. You will stay tuned to Greg's Gadgets YouTube channel, and you'll find out why I bought the $1,000 Apple stand.
Genosis talking about how he Genosis came a little bit late for the what we talked about on the Mac Pro kind of processing power versus other Macs of prices equal or less than. And he's saying, and on the Windows side, obviously you can do a lot more for a lot less. But at the end of the day, like it's for a specific group of people. And it's fine. I mean, whatever, I guess. I don't really care. Like, go for it. Like, do it. Oh, Apple stand versus the Apple book. Why not?
Yeah. Do a little comparison, see which one's the better product. See which
I can't believe you got the stand. I'm trying to understand what kind of shenanigans you're up to. This is just weirdness. Why would you do this?
All I can say is shenanigans. I had an idea like a long time ago, and
I was $1,000 idea.
I didn't even think they were going to sell the stand separately, and once I found out they did, I'm like, I guess I have to just go through with my idea. So yeah.
I need you to explain to me one thing. Are you returning that thing afterwards? You have to. You're not going to have $1,000 piece of metal sitting there in the background of your videos.
It's a nice stand. It's a nice stand. Yeah, it's a very nice stand. That's all I can say.
You have lost your mind.
Watch the watch my latest video, Travis. All you have to do is watch the last 2 minutes, and then.
All right, I will. Matter of fact, I will.
Maybe you'll get a glimpse into where I'm going here.
I'll watch it right after this podcast.
You could skip to like the last 2 minutes, and then you're good.
For those of you watching, I want to real quick talk about our sponsor, NordVPN. They have been doing some really great things for us. We greatly appreciate them helping us out. If you're looking for a VPN, one that's worldwide, works in China, gives you the ability to watch Netflix, even where you're not supposed to be watching Netflix, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we got you covered. It is nordvpn.com/gadgetcast with the coupon code GadgetCast. If you need a link, it is in the description of the video and in the show notes below, along with the coupon code GadgetCast. That's www. Oh, it's not even www. Listen, NordVPN is on that stuff. It's just nordvpn.com/GadgetCast with the code GadgetCast. Appreciate you.
Wow. You almost did the www. You don't need to do that.
I almost did.
Yeah.
Shenanigans. What's going on? What you got? What you got, Greg?
I don't know. What do we got? Travis, you recently got an Apple Watch. We should probably talk about that.
Yes. So I'm going to do a video on this soon because I have a lot of feelings on it. None of them are particularly negative. I'm still trying to understand it. Right. Okay. So I'm still trying to understand. I have it right here, and I actually have a little thing around it. I need to understand a couple things. Number one, I need to figure out, do I really need a screen protector on it? Because I put a screen protector on it, didn't really stay on that great. So I took it off, but I have one of those little kind of things that go around it, protect it. I think I got this one from, actually, I don't know where I got it from. I might have got it from Amazon. I'm not really sure. So that way it doesn't like scratch. So if I bump my hand against the wall, it'll actually hit the outer ring. And by the way, for full disclosure, this actually was Greg's. This is a Series 4. I bought it from Greg. And what did you have, like screen protectors or anything on this thing, or did you just wear it butt naked?
Nah, butt naked always.
Wow. Yeah. I couldn't bring myself to do that. It's in great condition. You did a good job.
Oh, thank you. I try.
I mean, you really did a good job. So now he has his Series 5 because he has to be Mr. Fancy and have Series 5. I don't need to be Mr. Fancy. However, I did want a Series 4 specifically. I didn't want a 5. I didn't need a 5. I don't need it always on display. I don't care if it's on when I'm not looking at it. Don't care about that. And the dubious battery life, some people were having problems. I don't know. I know Greg wasn't having the battery problem. I know a lot of people that were. And I didn't want to spend the extra money. The 4 I wanted very specifically for the heart rate stuff, because I had seen so many different articles about it saving people's lives that in the unlikely case that something's happening to me, I want to know about it because I'm not going to the doctor unless something's going wrong. And it doesn't mean that this is going to save my life. However, if there's even a chance that something I can wear on my wrist that, I would use as a tech gadget anyway could, then yes, I would like that, please.
So have you taken the ECG?
How do you do that?
Oh, you haven't done that yet?
I think I turned it on. I thought I just enabled it. What do I need to do?
You have to do like a 30-second reading. So
how do I do it?
Your watch, you'll see like a app that has like that red squiggly line.
Yep.
Like your heart.
Oh, wait, the one with the heart? Yeah. Okay.
Not the heart. The one with the red squiggly line. Like a EKG.
Well, I don't know what a squig. Oh, okay, I see it. Okay, I'm gonna do it right now. Set up EKG. Open the health app on my iPhone. I thought it was already set up, so I might be dead already.
So when you set that up, you'll basically get the option to like put your finger on like the digital crown, and then you hold it there for 30 seconds, and it takes like an electrocardiogram, and that is what can actually help tell if you have like atrial fibrillation, which is like an irregular
Okay, I'm
heartbeat.
going to do it here on the Gadgetcast.
Let's find out if Travis has AFib live on Gadgetcast. This could be
okay.
This could be like a traumatizing moment for Travis.
It could be.
You might rush out of the show.
Okay, you can take set up EKG app. Okay, to set it up, but my date of birth. Well, I ain't gonna tell you what it is. I'll tell you when it is. It is December 26th, so we're only a couple of weeks away from my birthday. I want everyone to remember that.
Yeah, wish Travis a happy birthday.
Please.
December 26th.
Okay, how does EKG work? Okay, sinus rhythm, AFib. Okay, I don't know what any of that means. Inconclusive. Okay, that's fine. I don't care. You should not, cannot. Okay, let's go. Take your first EKG recording by taking. Okay, first open the app. Okay. It needs to be snug on the wrist. Okay, selected. So, yep. That's my right wrist. Yep. And here we go. Oh, I got to hold the digital crown.
Just hold your finger on it. I'm going to give the play-by-play. Just relax. Hold your finger there for 30 seconds.
Yep, here we go.
Travis is staring into the distance.
20 seconds.
He's looking a little nervous.
Try not to move my arms.
Breathing.
Do you have to do this to test it every once in a while, or is it? Oh, shoot, I got to start all over again. Hold on. I'm not going to say anything for 30 seconds.
I'm going to explain everything as you do it. So when you take the EKG on your Apple Watch, you hold your finger there for 30 seconds. You want to be as relaxed as possible to get an accurate reading. Now, as Travis mentioned, you don't have to do it all the time. You basically just have to do it once. And it should be able to tell you if you have an irregular heartbeat. If you did have an irregular heartbeat, you could do repeated testing, and that would help you out in figuring if you needed to go to a doctor, I believe take medication. I'm not sure exactly how that works because I don't have it.
Okay. Okay. So I have a sinus rhythm, whatever that means. This EKG does not show signs of atrial fibrillation. It cannot check signs for heart attack. Okay. I don't know what. Okay. What's the sinus?
That's good. You're good.
Okay.
You do not have an irregular heartbeat.
Yay! I know I do have super high blood pressure though, but yes. Okay, we're good. Yeah. Okay. I have a sinus, and it says all your EKG can store it in your health app. Okay, done. I have a sinus rhythm. There was a portion of the app that told you what that meant. I don't remember. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to die anytime real soon. It's amazing.
Hey, technology is amazing. And those stories, like you mentioned with the Apple Watch, it's for like so many different things. So like you mentioned, like sometimes people like the heartbeat, like they'll get like a high heart rate, and all of a sudden they go to the doctor and it's like, yeah, you were like having a heart attack, and then all of a sudden you're here.
Yeah.
Or it even goes beyond that. There's fall detection as well, which you do have to go enable if you're not of a certain age. But you read stories about that all the time. Like someone just was biking and they fell, they hit their head and they got knocked unconscious, but then like the emergency service was able to find them and save their life. So lots of amazing stories with the Apple Watch.
Yeah, it's worth it for me. And hopefully Samsung kind of comes up with something similar. Even if it's saved, and it has saved at least one life, it's worth the price of admission. And so that, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit nervous. I was like, okay, what's happening? Because I know I have high blood pressure. I was told this very recently. I need to figure out some way to get that under, I think. So I didn't know what else was going on. I was like, okay, on this podcast, I might be talking about how I have an AFib. But yeah, so I'm good though, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be here by at least for next week. At least for that, I'm around. But having said that, overall, I like it so far. I want to spend a little bit more time with it before I release my review on it. So the review will probably happen next week, depending on when you're listening to this podcast. Probably the next week, I'll release it because I want to spend a little bit more time with it. I'm going to also pretty much compare it directly with my experiences with Samsung smartwatches and that sort of thing. So overall, I like it. I do like some of the things it does. I don't really have any negative things to say about it yet. Battery life's been pretty good. So, I mean, we'll see. It's just, do I feel like I need it all the time? Not yet. And I do hear a lot of people say, oh, I don't know what I would do without my Apple Watch. I'm not there yet, but I like it. So we'll see.
That's good. I'm one of those people. I don't know what I do without my Apple Watch. If I forget it, I'm running back in the house, putting it on. It's like, oh. Yeah,
so Genosis actually said, this is really interesting because I will say this about the haptic motor. It is phenomenal. it feels like someone's tapping your wrist with their finger. The haptic motor is really, really phenomenal on this thing. So props to Apple on the haptic motor being like A1. Absolutely A1. So yeah,
I like the haptics are good. It does feel like a tap. And with the 4, they put the crown like vibrates now, like when you do it. And that kind of like feels like a click. I like all the stuff they're doing with that. It's like awesome.
I didn't even know about that.
Travis, have you ever had an iPod? Were you like an iPod guy?
I think I'm trying to think. Did I actually have an actual iPod? I had a lot of MP3 players. I don't think I actually had an iPod.
Okay. So
I had an iPod Touch. I did. I had an iPod Touch.
Oh, yeah, the Touch. Well,
yes.
This is for iPod fans. If you go on the App Store, there's an app called Rewound, and it kind of turns your iPhone into like an old iPod. I'm trying to hold it up. Like an iPod, right? Looks like I got like a big iPod. And just bringing up the haptics, because like as you do like the scroll wheel, it does like those haptics, and it feels so good.
What?
Yeah,
That's
it's
so
crazy.
cool.
So check that out. It takes your whole music library, turns it into an iPod. Like I've been playing around with that all day. It's like such like a nostalgia trip for me. It's like,
that's so awesome.
Oh man,
that is cool. I love nostalgia. Well, we covered a lot of things today. For the people just joining us on the live stream, I appreciate you coming in. We have an actual URL now, so it's youtube.com/Gadgetcast. Obviously, like I said, everything's in the show notes below. We talked about the Mac Pro that Greg did not buy, but for some unknown reason, he bought the stand for trolling purposes, obviously.
Nope.
We talked about the Apple Watch and found out that I don't have AFib, which is phenomenal. What else did we talk about, Greg?
We talked about that. I think that wraps up the show.
I think it does. Have you ever had an iPod equivalent to, hey, Travis, want to build a snowman? Oh, it's like, hey, you want to build a snow? Okay, I got you. Snows is in here trolling us. I feel you, Play. I feel you. All right. Yes, that's enough for today. That's enough. We'll be back, of course, next week, as we always are. Greg, anything else before we go? You got anything else to say to the people besides thank you for like the amazing amount of downloads on our last episode? Like crazy amount.
Do I have anything to say? No, I guess not. Just leave the reviews on Apple Podcasts if you're listening. Thank you again for the tremendous support. So happy with the performance of the last episode. Like, wow. Really, really thankful.
And if you are interested in being here for the live Gadgetcast, where we have 10 minutes beforehand of me trying to get headphones to work, and then another 4 or 5 minutes after talking to people in chat, all you got to do is go to youtube.com/Gadgetcast, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and you'll be able to hang with us in the live stream. Until next time, he's Greg. I'm Travis. See you next week. All right.
That's a show.
Hold on. I got to change my thing back. Got to change my headphones back. Hold on. Because I'm going. Okay. There we go. Now I can hear you. Nope. I can't hear you. Why can't I hear you?
Why?
Oh, okay. Never mind. Hold on. Let me just. This is ridiculous. Here
I'm
we
not
go.
sure if it does cover flow.
Oh, no. There you go. There you go. Now I can hear you. Now I can hear you.
I'm trying to find out if it does cover flow.
You trying to do what?
Oh, he's asking if the iPod does cover flow.
I don't know. Does it?
I don't think so.
Why am I? What just happened to my? What the hell just happened to my? Oh, my damn USB died again. I hate. I'm gonna have to get a new computer. This damn thing. How annoying. I gotta tell you, man. Like it is so annoying that my USB will randomly die, but it's only a couple of the ports, which is why I can talk to you. But thankfully it doesn't happen, because if it happened to like the Roadcaster or something like that, I'd be screwed. Like I can't even move my mouse right now.
See, this is why you got to get that iMac.
Apparently. Oh, my entire USB is jacked because half of my oh my god, this is a shit show. What's going on? I hate it. I'm actually probably just going to replace the motherboard. And this is a newer computer too. Like it was built this year by some people in my Discord.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know,
maybe they put in the bad USB port, like to like mess with you.
Yeah, he felt really bad about it. And I felt bad that he felt bad, and I'm like, well, I mean, don't worry about it. I'll just have to deal with it. But because the school's got RGB and everything's all great, and then the USB is flaky as freaking anything. And usually it reboots by now. I don't know what's happening. It's just like, screw you guys. I'm going home. Is what's going on. All right, look. I can't. Here's the real problem. I don't have control of my mouse. I can't stop this stream.
We're gonna be here all night, ladies and gentlemen. Doing
I have one keyboard.
The eternal Gadgetcast episode.
Where the hell are my ports that I hold on? Okay, so I have one keyboard because I have two keyboards plugged in, but neither of my mice work right now. I can't believe this. This is nuts. Well, what the hell? Where's my? How do I have this plugged in? I don't stop the stream. Hold on.
Can you believe the amount of technical difficulties we witnessed on today's Gadgetcast? Like, can you believe it?
This is ridiculous. What is? You know what I could do?
Like,
I could make
headphones didn't work. Now his USB ports don't work. Now we can't end the stream.
I don't understand.
I'm gonna have to stream for the rest of my life here.
I would have to reboot my computer. I could reboot my computer, but then hold on. All right, hold on. Okay, I'm legit have to reboot. All right, I'm gonna have to reboot, which means you're gonna have to stay here until I get back.
Okay, I'll stay.
Okay. All right.
Gastronosis. I am on a Mac. I'm on a 2019 iMac, 5K, Core i9, all the good stuff. Poor Travis. The stream could literally go on forever if he doesn't figure everything out. I'm taking away the pop filter. It's kind of distracting. Oh man. So how's everyone doing in the chat? I gotta like entertain. I gotta like vamp now. Yeah, Apple Monster. I'm the sole host of Gadgetcast now. This is gonna be a solo show. I'm doing good today, Scott. How are you doing? Got what'd I do today? Got some awesome breakfast. Got some Colombian food today. So good. Colombian coffee is so good. Big portions though. And I made a video. That was my day. His computer is on strike from all the live streaming he's been doing. Yeah, his computer's probably been overworked. It's probably at this point, it's just like, you know, it's had it. It's had it with Travis. Trying to send him a message. Genosis says that he is on Linux. So I trash Windows all the time. Wow, Genosis, you're on Linux. You're the real tech person here if you're on Linux. That's all I have to say. Scott says that he went to the Apple and Tesla store today. Wow. That sounds like an expensive day, unless you're just looking around, which I assume you were, because what are you gonna do? Buy a Tesla and a Mac Pro on the same day? That'd be really expensive. Hopefully Nick's doing well. Enjoyed doing the podcast with him. If you guys don't know, I was on the latest episode of the Tailosive Tech podcast with Drew and Nick. It was a lot of fun. So if you want to listen to me more, you can do that. It was like a 2-hour show, which I'm not used to doing because Gadgetcast is like 40 minutes max. So that was an interesting experience. Tech for Your Needs says, Greg, I'm getting a MacBook Pro in the new future. Started saving my money for it. What would you recommend for my 2000? Ooh. Are you interested in the 13-inch or the 16-inch? Because I would say if you can get, and Travis, if you're on here, I can't hear you.
No, I'm here. I had to when I rebooted, I had a Windows update.
I would say if you're, it depends on what you're doing for your needs. That's the 16 inch is really good, but I believe it does start at 2400. But it's really good for a base model. You get enough storage, enough RAM, a good graphics card, a good CPU. So if you could go like $400 more, and if you want a bigger MacBook, some people like the smaller ones, and it's a non-starter. But I really would recommend just go if you can get like $400 more, go for the MacBook Pro, or wait for a sale because they do go on sale from time to time. If you go to like a Best Buy, Micro Center, even on Amazon, they've been like $200 off since like launch, which is kind of weird.
All right. Well, I realize, I hope I hit stop record. Yeah, obviously I did because it's on. Okay. So I'm going to send you over that file. Everyone else, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. We'll be back here next week. Peace and love. And don't forget to share out the podcast. Appreciate that. Peace.
Yep. Thank you.